It's Norm at the SteamVR Developer Showcase. Now, we've seen a lot of shooting games in VR, but we haven't seen a ton of zombies yet. One game that does have both guns and zombies, Arizona Sunshine, and they're showing some new game concepts at the demo showcase. I'm going to check it out. So I'm here with Richard of Vertigo Games, and your game is Arizona Sunshine, one of your VR games. Arizona Sunshine is what you guys are showing here. I've played it once before. It's basically described, it's like a shoot 'em up, like a gallery shooter with zombies.
It's a sort of an on-rail zombie shooter, only an on-spot zombie shooter. You go from spot to spot, and you have these waves of zombies coming towards you, and you have to finish every stage before going to the next one.
Right, so you have one big environment, but you're not traversing the environment by walking through it. You're teleporting, so you think of it really as these kind of individual play areas, situations where the zombies are coming at you. How are those different situations going to differ from each other? Are you as you progress through the game?
Well, first of all, it's not a linear path. You can go multiple paths and end up in the same spot. There will be different types of zombies, different locations, different ammo spots where you pick up different guns. So it really depends on what path you're choosing, how you progress through the game.
The zombies themselves also seem to differ. There's some that move slowly, some that move fast. Are they mostly all coming from you, like in the same horizontal plane, or are you guys experimenting with different elevations as well?
Well, if you noticed in the demo that you just played, there are a couple of zombies who just jump off cliffs and stuff like that. So it's not just running and slow and fast zombies. There are going to be more different variations there in the future.
As I was playing, it's a room scales game, so I could walk around, for example, the crate that had the ammo and the weapons. But I found myself mostly just standing in one place. Is that intentional? You want the players to kind of didn't have to move around a lot in that space?
Well, the thing there is that we don't know what kind of room people have at home, even though if the room scale VR has 3.5 meters by 3.5 meters. Maybe American homes are bigger than European homes, but if you only have like a 1 meter spot, so we're kind of figuring out what works for most of the people.
It also looks like a game you could also play while sitting down and still be fine.
Yeah, you have to stand up to play it because you're physically picking up stuff and doing that. So you need to stand up for this game, definitely.
Now, there's an interesting ammo belt mechanic that you also put in here where I'm reloading ammo by positioning the ammo belt basically anywhere. What more can you do with that? And what have you experimented with?
We had a couple of options in the game before where you basically have a whole string of weapons. The thing is that we can track the rotation of the headset, but we can't track the rotation of the holster. So you can physically look there, and then the holsters move in this direction. So we're still figuring out what works, what doesn't work, because with VR there's no rule book which you can use, and we're just going to copy this mechanic from that game. So we're just figuring out along the way, and it's iteration after iteration.
Right. So right now, by having it be basically an ammo belt that's strapped to your chest, that approximate place is always going to be where your body thinks it is relative to the guns, at least.
Yeah, and the fact that you're basically you're shooting and reloading is like the Matrix style thing. It feels really good, and we're thinking about maybe placing different spots for different ammo types, because right now everything is the same ammo type, and maybe you want to have the shotgun stuff here, and yeah, we're still experimenting with that.
I could look down the sight of a gun, a pistol, and aim and try to get a headshot, but then you also have a laser target sight. Is that going to be an option that you can disable that for different difficulty levels?
Yeah, for the hardcore mode, it will be off. We had some people who have experience with real guns, and they really shoot like they're supposed to shoot a gun. And then you have the people who play Call of Duty, and they're used to pointing with a crosshair, and these guys are just shooting like that, and it just didn't work. So we added the crosshair for that.
I had a really fun time actually shooting using one pistol with two hands, and even though there actually is no physical recoil, have you guys experimented with haptic feedback to throw off the recoil, throw off your aim a little bit?
No, we haven't tried that yet. Good idea, by the way.
I mean, it's one of those things you want to have as much skill as possible, as much fun as possible also. Yeah. And another mechanic you guys put in I haven't seen before, flashlight also. So a cavernous area, very dark, and one hand with a flashlight. It's like Doom 3 where you need to go, except now you can actually have a flashlight and the gun at the same time. Any more mechanics like that coming for this?
We have a couple of stuff that we're going to announce later. At this point, it's just a bunch of weapons and the flashlight. And it's really cool that you have to decide, okay, I got a shotgun, I got a machine gun, but I can only take one because I need the flashlight to progress in the cave. There are going to be more stuff like this later on.
When you guys, as you guys go to a release, the first release of this, what's the scope in the game? Like how many levels, how many hours of gameplay?
We didn't completely nail it down, like the amount of time. It also depends on the speed of the player. For example, you were really, really fast compared to other players. But we're aiming for like a 4-hour gameplay. But we're going to do multiplayer, and the replayability there will be like way more than just the single player campaign. But the single player campaign can also be like a co-op campaign, so you can join with your friends.
Can you describe the multiplayer concept and how this will be implemented?
Well, there are two versions, like the single player where you just together you just progress through the game, and you get these base games where you get these waves of zombies, and you basically can pick your spot at the beginning, and then the first waves come and you can change the spot and stuff like that, and do that together with your friends.
And then also competitive multiplayer?
No, it's just co-op.
Co-op multiplayer, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us Arizona Sunshine, and can't wait for the full game to come out.
Thanks.
It's very nice to meet you.